So what are you doing?
Today, Don must really be having a sweet tooth freak mode. He's asking me to make a video on how I make peanut butter cookies that he can have. So,
Cookies. I just want cookies.
So I figured I would make them the peanut butter cookies that are more diabetic friendly for him. I've got, you use 1 cup of peanut butter, a teaspoon of, most people use vanilla, I use McGinnis creme de coco,
Flavoring.
half a cup of brown sugar, except I use brown sugar Splenda. And I'm going to differ from my recipe today and add about, I think it's about a half a cup of ground up almonds. The man I saw doing low carb peanut butter cookies said that they kept them from going brittle. 1 egg, and here's my grapeseed oil in a beer bottle for greasing the pan. That's the ingredients.
And what tools do you need?
You need a bowl and a spoon. I'm also using a spatula to get the peanut butter out. You can use creamy peanut butter, you can use chunky peanut butter. It is entirely up to you. You could use natural peanut butter with no salt. You could use, I don't know if they make peanut butter without sugar, but you could probably use that as well. I'm not that keen on making peanut butter cookies because I hate the smell of the peanut butter. It's a little overpowering. Well, a friend of mine who showed me the recipe in the first place, she puts miniature chocolate chips into it.
Gee, can you get diabetic chocolate chips?
No, but the ones she puts in are so small I don't think they would even notice. I don't think your blood sugar would even notice it. But you could put coconut, unsweetened coconut into it.
So that's your 1 cup of peanut butter?
There's my 1 cup of peanut butter, yes. Then you add the almond flour, if you feel like it. It'll add a bit of texture to it. The only people I've ever really had in my kitchen while I cook was my young children. I'm not used to this. So forgive me if I get a little clumsy. It calls for half a cup of peanut butter. I usually add a little bit less than that.
Don't you mean brown sugar?
What did I say?
Peanut butter?
Calls for half a cup of brown sugar. I usually add a bit less. I'd say I add about 1/4 of a cup. Part of my disability is that my hands shake rather badly. There. It's about a 1/4 cup. Don't let my cameraman know this, but one time I forgot the brown sugar entirely and he never noticed. So it's pretty much whatever you feel like putting in.
In other words, sweeten to taste?
Yeah. It's a very forgiving recipe. That's my oven saying it's preheated to 350. I'm going to add a tablespoon of the creme de coco.
Oh, so I can get drunk?
No,
Aw. The alcohol boils off?
or bakes off, I guess. But it seems to be perfectly harmless because I put it into pancake syrup when my grandchildren are around. Okay, now we just mix it up. And no, I didn't forget the flour. There is none in it. There. That's what it looks like
Kind of.
when it's mixed.
Tip the bowl a little this way. Okay. That's it?
That's it. And you open your bottle of oil, put a little on the baking sheet, take a paper towel or your fingers and spread it. You don't need a whole lot of oil because the peanut butter is rather oily too, so. I oil this one because it's been over campfires, on camp stoves. It's kind of warped out of shape. So just to be on the safe side, I usually oil it.
Why do you like your beer bottle?
Because it's got a resealable lid. It's got a plastic cork, you stick it in, you pull it forward. To open it, just pop it off. I just dropped the cookies on. I guess they're walnut size.
You're on.
Okay, I've got 23 cookies out of that batter mix. You don't have to flatten them at all. You can if you want to. If you felt like doing that, you could use a fork. You dip the fork into the flour and flatten it, or you could take the bottom of a spoon of a glass and use that. My mother learned from the baker in town, and she used one of the potato mashers with the square pieces in it, and you had a square grid going across the cookies. But this way is perfectly fine. I'm going to put them in at a 350-degree oven, and I'll start checking them after 10 minutes. They usually take 10 to 12. So here they go into the oven. Timer just went off.
What was that?
The timer just went off. And the cookies are now out. And I forgot to get a cooking rack. You can take them off and put them on a cooling rack, but it's not really necessary. I do sometimes, sometimes I don't.
Cookies.
They smell good.
They do. So you're gonna have to make some more tomorrow after I eat them all tonight.
No, dear. This is, you said you're taking me to the city for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So how can I possibly be making you cookies when we have a long drive?
Well, I guess, we can come home early?
Since Monday is family day and you're off, maybe we can make up some mincemeat tarts for you.
Okay.
Isn't it wonderful how big boys turn into such little boys when there's sweets around?
Be nice.
I am. I could have called you a little kid, spoiled little brat.
Now.
But anyway, that is how I make. They're not diabetic cookies, but they're cookies that a lot of diabetics can have because there is no flour, so that cuts way down on the carbs. They're also very simple to make.
Yep, and quick.
So before my cameraman starts drooling all over the screen, I'd better say so long and let him have one.